Mira,
And I'm Geoff Klein.
and we're the filmmakers behind Pinup Dolls on Ice, and we are chilling with the 13th Wolfman.
Yes. Our new best friend.
Yes, and we're on the prowl also.
Hey everyone, I'm the 13th Wolfman. You know who I have with me today? I got Melissa Mira. I got Geoff Klein. They are the mad scientists behind Pinup Dolls on Ice. Geoff, Melissa, welcome to Sit Down. I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
It's been a while since you reached out to us, and it's honestly it's awesome that we're finally doing this.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not just watching a YouTube video of you rambling on about bikini girls on ice and all that kind of stuff. Now we're actually having a conversation.
I love to ramble on. So Pinup Dolls on Ice, for the viewers that don't know, is the sequel to Bikini Girls on Ice, which this whole friendship started because I reviewed Bikini Girls on Ice.
Yes.
And I love that movie.
Yes.
But I know, I kind of know the story, but Geoff, can you kind of tell the story, the hockey locker room story about how you put Bikini Girls on Ice?
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah.
So it was maybe in the summer of 2007, and I used to play a lot of hockey, and my team had just won a game, and we were sitting in the locker room, we were drinking beers and all that kind of stuff, and one of my buddies starts in on his ultimate sexual fantasy, and so, you know, everybody's drinking beers, and everybody's ears, you know, they perk up, and he's like, what I want to do is I want to get an escort. I want to bring her to a hotel room. I want to fill the bathtub full of ice. And then I want to put the escort in the bathtub full of ice and leave her there until she freezes to death. And then I want to fuck her back to life. And everybody in the room started to laugh, and everybody was freaking out about how crazy and funny this was. And I was like, oh my God, this is a great idea for a movie. Bikini Girls on Ice was born.
There you go.
There you go. That's how it all began.
Yeah. It's such a story. I love that story.
Okay.
Okay, Eddie, get down. Okay. Sorry, we have a spoiled pit bull.
Yeah.
You got Eddie. I know. We had a little technical glitch. Let's get on. Let's jump right back into this. So
Bikini Girls on Ice.
Yeah, the Bikini Girls on Ice. So your first movie, that's what it was. How did you transition from going from Bikini Girls on Ice to Pinup Dolls? I mean, who came up with the concept? Because it really seems to work.
Well, to begin with, we knew that Bikini Girls was the beginning of a trilogy. So we knew that there was going to be another on ice film. And the real challenge definitely was finding what set of girls were going to be on ice. And that's kind of when Mel came on board. She came on board really early in the stages of Pinup Dolls. We had kind of started dating at the time.
Well, yeah, come on board, like as if I had a choice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I hadn't even seen Bikini yet, and we had just started dating, and Geoff was like, oh yeah, I made this movie, you know, and I'm getting the itch again. I want to do the sequel, and I had like no experience in cinema or whatever in the past, and in my head I was like, oh, that's cute. We'll shoot a film in the backyard on a weekend with some friends, and I'll barbecue and make some salads. And it turned out that it was not that simple. So I think that the title, how did we come up with it? I think we found the location first. And then we kind of worked around what kind of girls could find themselves here. And
what kind of sexy girls?
Yeah, and at first, I think the original idea was going to be a band. Was it going to be like a rock
band,
like rocker chicks on ice, or something like that?
But we wanted something because the challenge with finding a name for these films is you want something sexy, but you don't want something overly cheesy and too
you don't
cliche.
want you don't want strippers on ice, or
Yeah.
It's easy.
Or triple
Party bus dancers on ice,
Yeah, it just because the way we want to make our films now, once you've seen Pinup Dolls, is that we take the craft very seriously and we put a lot of our heart and soul to it. It's not just a film that people watch and they just laugh and they say, oh, they didn't take it all that seriously and they're just joking around. No, we took it very seriously.
Yeah.
So we wanted the title to kind of reflect that, yeah, you're going to have a fun film. I mean, it still is called Pinup Dolls on Ice, but it has, I don't know, I'm going to use the word class with pinup.
Yeah, it's not quite strippers, it's more burlesque-esque.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's going T&A, but not too T&A.
It's not Playboy Penthouse
Yeah.
T&A.
Exactly.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a classy.
Yeah, but even with the title like Pinup Dolls on Ice, I mean, just by the title, you'll think you're gonna watch like this campy movie that's kind of gonna be like a campy slasher, like not so good. And then you watch the film and you're like, okay, it starts campy because that's what we wanted, but then like as it progresses, it's
pretty dark.
It gets dark and hardcore.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I know that I've mentioned, I think to Melissa and maybe to you, that I've suggested a title for the third film, and that's Roller Derby Girls on Ice.
Yeah, but she keeps talking about it.
I really like it.
She brought it up last weekend again.
I really like it. And then I was like, how are we going to teach these girls to roller derby or whatever?
Well, we like challenges, so maybe one day we'll teach a bunch of girls how to do roller derby.
There you go. Actually, it'd have to be roller derby ladies, because you got the girls, you got the dolls, then you need like ladies or chicks or whatever
babes.
You want to.
Yeah.
Roller babes.
Broads. Roller derby broads.
So like.
So Melissa, can you tell me how you prepared for playing Malone? Man, the Tough and Rumble pinup doll.
I didn't. I didn't prepare. I'm not an actress. I don't have background in acting or anything. And with everything we had to do with just planning the film, I just didn't have time to even think about it. I was just gonna be like, I'm just gonna feed off of the other girls and like hope for the best,
But I remember when you told me you wanted to play Malone.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I want you to audition. So I want to see if you can deliver lines, if you can even act.
No, I was like, no, I'm not.
She refused.
No, I'm like, no. And I was like, first of all, I have no choice to play Malone because we don't have any more budget for another actress. Yeah. So it's either I do it or you put on a wig and you do it. So you decide what you want to do. So.
I think you made the right decision. I just can't see Geoff walking around in them stilettos.
No.
I've seen him do it. I did
at a Halloween party.
You did it right after we wrapped Pinup Dolls on Ice. It was in October, mid-October, and Mike had a Halloween party at his house. And I told Geoff, you're dressing up as a pinup doll because I've done it for a month now, and you're going to do it now for this party.
Whose costume did I wear?
You wore the costume
Suzi's.
that Suzi was supposed to wear and didn't
Yes.
end up wearing.
That's right.
You wore that one.
That's right.
If I find a picture,
There you go.
I'll probably put it up somewhere.
You probably will too.
I know.
He had the bikini top.
No, didn't we take a picture of my mom's house?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we had one. But didn't you dress up as a bikini girl?
I
with
did.
A bikini?
Yeah.
And went to a bar or something?
Yeah, I went to a bar. I dressed up as a bikini girl on ice. I had a long blonde wig, and
You had a bikini.
And I put like the website on my back and went to a bar. Something really stupid.
Well, why not?
And I wore Suzi's.
Suzi's wig?
No, her top and her wig. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
It's all about Suzi.
So you guys co-directed this.
We did.
Yes.
How do you make sure that both your visions are being made? Or do you sit around and talk about what the vision is before you plan on making the movie? Or
well, you know what? It was a learning process because the first couple of days of shooting, we were kind of feeling each other out to figure out how can we make this work so that it benefits the entire film. And honestly, it came really, really easy because we just decided we're going to use our strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And Melissa has her strengths, I have my strengths. So we just put them together. And honestly, when it came down to it, it wasn't even that difficult. Because we're of the mentality that a good idea is a good idea, whether it comes from her or it comes from me.
Or the DP or the caterer or the bystander that just happens to be there. You know, we kind of went with the flow. We were just like, we were so focused on planning the schedule and you know, making sure people were getting picked up at the airport and making sure we had lodging and food and whatever, that we kind of never discussed, you're going to take care of this and I'm going to take care of that, and then like we'll consult each other. So we kind of just showed up on set and Geoff called action, and then
it kind of just organically happened.
It organically happened. And
but when it comes to vision, we still wanted a slasher film that was realistic violence. So that we knew what we wanted. We wanted this realistic tone to the film. We wanted the film to look really good. We wanted the film to feel like it was in the 80s, but actually takes place in 2014. You know, so that we were on the same page. It was more, once we showed up on set, how we were going to make all of this come together and work seamlessly, and it just did organically. I can't quite explain.
Yeah, we can't even put the finger on it. It just worked.
It worked.
No, that's fine. I'm just kind of surprised sometimes. Like some movies are co-directed by people. I'm like, wow, they've got to be like right there on the same page, you know, all the time in order to get both their visions, you know. So that's why I was asking that. The Soska sisters co-direct.
Yeah, but I don't know if we need to be on the same page.
We don't have to be on the same page all the time.
All the time, like
we
sometimes Geoff will have an idea and I'll have an idea, and then we'll make the best decision for the film.
Yeah.
We don't like it's not about no, we have to take my decision because, you know, my ego.
I vividly remember once I'd gone and I'd set up a shot with our first DP, and we had all set up, and then Mel came on the set maybe half an hour later because she was working on makeup and she was obviously doing Malone and stuff. And when she came on set, she's like, Geoff, why don't we do it this way? And I was like, fuck, that's an even better idea. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, we'll take a little bit more time to change the setup a little bit, but I was like, why am I going to say no to an idea that is better? You know what I mean? That would be retarded. So things like that happened a couple of times, and
we don't like titles or anything like that. We don't have director chairs on set. Like we don't have time to sit anyways. So it's like you know, if that guy has a good idea or she has a good idea, then
a good idea
is a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course you don't have any time to sit. Melissa's doing makeup. She's doing special effects makeup. She's production manager. Geoff's editing while producing and directing, and Melissa's also so. Yeah, no, you don't have time to sit.
No.
Now, Suzi Lorraine was in the first movie, and she's back in this one. Did you ever worry that people were going to be confused by the fact that, you know, she's in both movies?
I was never worried, to tell you the truth.
No, we were never. No, we were. I mean, I had never worked with Suzi, so for me, this was like the first film, and I didn't really care who was in it. I just, you know, let's do it type thing. But Pinup Dolls on Ice is basically what Bikini Girls on Ice should have been when it comes to the tits and the boobs and the blood and all that stuff. So it's almost as if, not that it's a replacement, it's not, because Bikini will always be and is always like the first film of the series.
Yeah.
But
it's because with Bikini Girls, when we made that film, like I say, you know, the story started out as a joke amongst friends. So once we started making the film, there wasn't as much, I'm going to say thought process that went into it. It was kind of like, we're just going to show up and we're just kind of see if we can even make a feature film.
Yeah.
And then we succeeded in making a feature film, and then we were on Netflix and iTunes, and we were getting reviewed, you know, and some people didn't like it because of, you know, there wasn't enough TNA, there wasn't enough violence, there were holes in the script, and in my head I was like, well, nobody was actually supposed to see this movie. So when we started making Pinup Dolls on Ice, it was kind of like, okay, we know that the film is going to be seen. These are the things we need to address.
We printed up all the reviews and we like highlighted like this we like, this we don't like, and then we gave everything to Michael Penning, which you will be talking to him in a couple weeks, so you can ask him. And we're like, fix this. So he went ahead and he wrote the script, and the only guidelines we had for him was, we want a extremely simple story. Like, don't give us character development, don't give us backstory.
We just want cool girls.
We just want cool girls. Yeah. They go to a secluded, location, and then bad shit happens. That's all we want. We wanted it super simple. And
works for me.
Delivered, yeah. And that's what he delivered.
Yeah, it works for me too.
So and he was amazing. He was able to balance out, slasher elements that you have to keep, and then introduce like this kind of like new 2015 kind of like real life thing into it. Real life violence to it. He knows we're not into like somebody getting their heads chopped and then the body keeps going like that. Yeah. That's not our kind of gore or thing that we like. It's not our style.
No, you guys didn't spare the blood. I'll say that much, man. I love that. I love the fact that you just put it right in our face. Yeah. You mind if we take a look at the trailer?
Go ahead.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's take a look at the trailer. Here it is. Pinup Dolls on Ice.
Any news?
All we know is he's a big son of a bitch who likes his girls frozen or on ice or something fucked up.
When you see the pinups, tell them I say holla.
You see anything, I mean anything. Call me personal, understand?
We'll be fine, don't worry about it.
All right, we're back. Like I said, you guys, I love the trailer. I love the movie, and like I said, the blood just keeps flowing. For those slasher fans out there, this is definitely a modern day classic. You know.
Thanks.
You're warming my heart, Wolfie.
Hey, you're warming my heart by making these movies, dude. So. Melissa, when Mo attacked you, you really brought the fight to him. You were like I don't want to give anything away, but you're like one of the girls that just didn't say no. I don't want to go.
Yeah, I don't know if Malone didn't say no, or she was just trying to get away from him as much as she could. But she puts up a good fight.
I know that our goal, we had told Michael Penning that we wanted to have a sequence with Malone that was going to be a long, drawn-out fight sequence. Because one of the things, if you watch Bikini Girls on Ice, whenever Mo showed up, it was bam, 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 it was over, and there was no fight back. So this time around, we wanted to have a fight back. And we were like, we're not just going to have a normal fight, we're going to have a no-holds-barred, beat 'em up in 3 different locations. Kind of like when, from Family Guy, when Peter fights the chicken, when they fight all over the city.
It actually kind of reminded me of like an old Western, where you see the guys just
there you go, that's it.
tearing up the saloon,
That's it.
Basically, Geoff went up to William, and he was like, do to Mel what I cannot do in real life.
Yeah.
He did.
Do it for me. And William's so great he was awesome to do this fight scene with. He's so gentle. He basically he's not even touching me. So it was actually hard because I had to like act.
Yeah. You had to put a lot of reaction into that, and I loved it. I mean, every now and then you'd pick up like a mug or something and just slam it against his head, and you're like, yeah, okay. All that's going to do is make it matter. We'll live with that.
And we didn't even rehearse it. Like, there's no
No.
rehearsal. It was like,
No.
it
It
was
was fill the bar up with stuff.
and then
Fight.
William, just throw Mel on it, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think that William and I just looked at each other before, and we were like, okay, so when Geoff calls action, we're gonna go boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 and then that should be fine. And it worked out.
It worked out.
And I think we only did like 2 takes on the bar because I was physically exhausted. It's so draining. So like.
You look it. I'm not surprised you were. So I'm pretty sure you've been asked this 1,000 times, man. But how did you hook up with William Duran that plays Mo?
Oh, that's a good story.
It's a good story. When we started doing Bikini Girls on Ice, we had a casting agent involved, and we showed up to the first casting session of my entire life. So I show up there, and there's this prim and proper guy sitting in the waiting room with glasses on, sipping a tea, and he's reading a newspaper. And I thought he just worked there. I thought he was, I don't know, an employee.
Yeah, whatever.
So I go into the auditioning room, I meet with the casting director, and she's like, all right, well, the first person we have to audition is William Durand, and he's going to be auditioning for Mo. And doesn't this prim and proper guy walk in and place his tea down, and then he takes his glasses off, and he takes his jacket off, and I'm like, but I'm still like, because William's a good-looking guy in real life.
He is.
And then he just like turned into Mo and started grunting.
Did he put his hair?
He put his hair down in front of his face, and I was just like, holy shit, that's Mo. That's Mo. First audition of the entire franchise, and it's Mo, and it was him. And
It was him.
The rest is history. Crazy.
Did you look at any other people after that, or
We looked at a couple people after that, and none of them were even close. None of them
Okay.
were close.
Yeah, you had some big, bulky, muscular guys showing up, and it was just.
It wasn't about that. It was more about the intensity that William Durand is able to bring to the character, which makes it scary. You know what I mean? As opposed to, the big muscles and stuff like that. He's still a big guy, but he's not.
He looks like a human.
Yes, he's like
Looks
a normal.
Exactly.
He could be your neighbor, and he just went crazy.
Yeah.
Now I've seen a picture of one other person that possibly could have played Mo, but I don't think you would have got him.
Who?
Tyler Mane?
Brad Pitt.
Ah, you think so?
Yes, no. No, he's too pretty.
He's a pretty guy too. You could have muddied him up.
No, I was
Muddied
like,
him up.
oh, Brad, let me just put a little something.
No, but even on Bikini Girls on Ice, our makeup girl, Ashley, she had a huge crush on Mo.
We all have a crush on Mo. Let's just admit it.
Anybody that does makeup on Mo has a crush on Mo because he starts off as such a pretty guy and so
He's
soft
handsome,
and
he
well
does,
spoken.
Yeah, and he does yoga, so like he'll take his top off and then he'll meditate with like his super sexy long hair, and he'll just meditate, and then we're like, I have to do makeup on that guy.
And then he plays guitar after,
Yeah,
and sings. You can ask him to play any song ever.
You fall in love with him. I don't know.
He's
like,
awesome. Just a good guy. And he's a good maniac.
Wow, I don't want to ever see him cleaned up, man. I might fall in love with him. No, you guys do a good job muddying him up because you really can't see his face.
No, that was
I love that. It's
because that's the challenge, right? Wolfie, he doesn't have a mask on,
Yeah,
and all serial killers normally have masks. So the challenge was, okay, we're gonna have to bloody him up and muddy him up and light it,
his identity,
obscure his identity, so that you don't see that he is a normal human being, and you just think that he's a monster.
Yeah, and I think that a mask would have made him not as human. I think that the fact that we actually see like a human face already humanizes him. Like he could be the guy that lives next door, for example.
And it's honestly it's different. It's different from the rest of the serial killers who all have masks. So
at the end of the day, that's what we wanted to do. So
And, there's only a few that don't really wear masks, but you're right. The majority of them do.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
The guy from Slumber Party Massacre,
Right. Right.
and Pinhead.
That's right. But Freddy Krueger and Pinhead could still be.
It's all obscured because they got pins in their heads and they got scars on their face. But yeah.
So.
You guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up for now. But I do want to thank you for coming on. I'm always checking, Facebook to see what Melissa's popped up there, because she's always throwing interesting pictures up,
Yeah,
So I'm always trying to stay in touch with the crew at Pinup Dolls on Ice. I want to know what's going on. I finally got to see this movie. I love this movie, dude.
Ah, cool.
That's
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We did our job.
You did your job. You actually, I loved Bikini Girls on Ice, and you topped that. So
amazing.
That was the goal.
Our goal, honestly, with every film is to learn from the past film and try and make something, it's better each time. So I'm glad that you saw that, we upped the ante and that we succeeded in making a better film. That's awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Now we just need the third one, man.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Where can people go to check everything out?
You can find us on Facebook, Melissa Mira, Geoff Klein. We have a Bikini Girls on Ice page, a Pinup Dolls on Ice page, and our company page, which is BGOI, which is an acronym for Bikini Girls on Ice Films. So, and we're on Instagram. I don't even know what our names are there. I think we have a Twitter account. I don't even know how that works. We're a little
I think you are on Twitter. I think I follow you on Twitter.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's BGY Films.
I don't know.
On Twitter, it's BGY Films. It's very simple.
I guess we are.
Okay.
But to see the film, you can't see the film just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
we're working on it, and it's looking like it's going to be available sometime in the summer.
Yes.
If everything goes well.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Can't wait.
Yeah, when it becomes available, you guys got to come back on.
Absolutely.
Announce it here exclusively.
Yeah, done. And maybe Geoff will wear his pinup costume. Actually, he will wear his pinup costume.
There you go.
Okay.
Only if you wear that little sailor outfit. You guys got to see the movie to know what I'm talking about. With that,